Dave gave us a countdown anyway. Hey, everybody, it's Monday. We're back with the Not So Live show. Cheryl's here. Dave's here. Dave and I had to record an emergency episode since then. What were your thoughts on that, Cheryl, our emergency recording?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I feel like to see Dave in his natural habitat is always enjoyable. And you just let him spin. It was just the best. Like it would have been so messed up if any of us had joined. Just the two of you going was marvelous.
I'm glad you thought so.
I keep thinking, what does it mean to leave? You know?
What does it mean to leave?
Yeah, if you leave the station, like what does that mean?
Define it.
Yes. Anyway, I thought it was magnificent.
And I feel like in many ways that's the least of our problems. And that's like, you're right. That is like an existential crisis, if you will.
Yes. Anyway, good stuff.
Well, I'm going to bring up our fabulous list of topics that Cheryl and I have curated, mostly Cheryl.
Dave, you've never seen this list, have you?
No, I don't ever see shit.
You don't care.
No.
I mean, I think back, I think when Dave and I used to record on a weekly basis, I don't think I ever gave you a heads up. I think it was always, we just kind of rolled, right?
Yeah. I don't think any podcast I do with anybody ever gives me anything. I just go. And sadly I do the same treatment to Bethany. So I don't.
Well,
really you can tell when I have Bethany.
Well, when I have guests, I don't write any questions down. I just roll. But for this, there's always so much I want to cover. Not always. Many times there are a lot of things I want to cover, and I know I'll forget or hope I don't forget. Mm-hmm. So I update this little list, but more often than not, I'm like doing something else, and I go, "Hey, Cheryl, can you update this?" And she does, because she's amazing. Do we want to start, Dave, with your DEKA Ruck weekend?
I don't do DEKA anymore. I'm a professional wrestler now.
Oh, I saw that too. I saw that.
I want to know about this.
So, the DEKA gym, the gym that they hold the DEKA in and that they have their affiliate with is actually owned by a professional wrestler called Santino Marella. And there was a wrestling ring in the middle of the DEKA mile course. So basically afterwards, well, I'd say afterwards, but kind of rudely, while the last team was still going, some of us got in the ring and just goofed around. And because of my background in judo, I'm quite capable of taking a lot of break falls. So I got to get thrown around a bit. It was a lot of fun.
And for wrestling parlance, Cheryl, we call that taking a bump.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
It
looks very impressive.
It was fun.
Does he come around often?
To be honest, no. I'm not when I'm there anyway. Maybe he's afraid of me, I think.
Probably.
No, I don't even think he's aware of who I am, to be honest. No, I think during some of the other classes and stuff, I don't go there very often. I'm just there usually for the competitions. But I have decided that I will go for, they have a very beginner pro wrestling class, and I decided for shits and giggles, I'm going to go and have some fun.
When is that?
I think Monday nights.
Oh, okay.
Like 8 p.m.
All right. So after this.
Yeah. Way past my bedtime normally, but I'll give it a go.
Right. But you never know. I mean, who like those kind of gyms, like they get, Al Snow may show up. You don't know.
Yeah, you never know. So it'll be a good time. But as far as the DEKA event itself, again, went really well. Good judging, which is nice. This is something that we actually have quite a bit of up here, is some well-versed judges. That went really well. We had some good times. I will say in my critique of this is it not a critique of the particular event. It's a critique of the DEKA sign-up system and the fact that they need to hi, Matt. They need to change it.
Sorry, I'm really screwed up here.
They need to change it where right now for the Atlas, they're dealing with, and I guess let me lay this out here. So Atlas,
just keep talking.
Atlas is an event where there's a 30-minute time cap.
Yes.
So in a gym event where they only had one lane scheduled to be set up, DEKA slated 4 people per half hour. So there was no possible way to remain on time because they put 4 people every half hour for a thing that have one person can take a half hour on. And it's a system that needs to be fixed. I know that many of the affiliates have had trouble with this. I hope that DEKA can fix it up because it is just senseless.
Can you guys give me a second? Can you give me a second, Dave? I'm actually going to fix this because this
Okay.
is now driving me crazy. Jesus Christ. There we go.
You want to answer that again?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay. Yeah.
Dave, you're saying that they set it up. It's not set up with 4 stations. You just have 4 people who are supposed to do it
All at the same
at the
time.
same station. Yeah.
All at the same time, right? Because it's not like a strong or a mile or a fit where you can send one person, then send another person on the course once they're like 4 zones in or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You need the space, right? It's designed so that one person does it every half an hour.
Right.
Per lane, right? Because the lanes can be very small. But because we had the mile going on at the same time, there was only space to do one lane, which I actually emergency built a second lane so that we could try to catch up. But yeah, they slated 4 people to go every half hour. And it's like, that's the communication between the head office who takes the signups and the gym just is flawed. And that needs to be fixed because there were people who were legitimately waited a long time and they shouldn't have had to. And that was just poor planning.
I got to say, I don't feel like the Atlas is a successful launch.
I don't think they put enough into it. It's like they made it, and they've done this with a lot of things.
But I think you called that. You kind of called like it's getting a lot of attention now, and then they won't care. And
well, yeah, they don't promote it. There's no championship for it. There's no it's not going anywhere, right? So they sold out all of their Atlas spots, which was great, and some people enjoy it that do it. But you need to put a little something behind it. Have it be a little special. Have it go somewhere.
And one of the things they've done well is strong mile fit. People like it. People like doing the 2 at their home gym. They like doing the big one. We like going to the world champs and doing all of them.
Yeah.
And so what is my favorite question these days? What problem were they solving? In Yancey's mind, the problem was how do we get more CrossFitters, I guess. But I think I would have just pushed them to the strong already instead of let's add implements that totally change the whole thing.
That part I don't know if I agree with because we're still getting people doing it, right? And they enjoy it, but it just goes nowhere.
Yeah, but there's again, it's like you can always make something that some people will do, but it's not necessarily sustainable.
Again, you could make
okay, I think let's use Spartan as an example.
Yeah.
The people that love the longest, toughest, hardest races, they're the loudest. And they're like, why'd you get rid of the norm courses and whatever? It's like, well, because most people don't like failing everything. It's many reasons why Battle Frog didn't last. People sitting at a rig for an hour. So, and again, it's like, I know you love the ruck stuff, but it's like, it's a category that if it went away tomorrow would be fine, right? Yeah. Because it's a tiny, or the ultra, it's a tiny, and the 200 niche. That do it, love it.
The niche.
We're already in a niche.
That's right. So, but the thing is with this is they did sell out all their spots.
How many is that?
Can I say something?
It's not that many for one lane.
Woman, go for it, make me a sandwich. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Write something in the, Here's the thing. I'm using DEKA Atlas as my off-season training. There's one Labor Day weekend. I went to the gym today, and here's how I know I'm doing a good job at the gym, is men start talking to me while I'm working out. Like nobody talks to you when you're kind of me, like, just this sort of old woman. They're not quite sure what I'm doing there, right? But if they see me doing pull-ups or they see me, like today, carrying 70-pound dumbbells, right? They want to know what's going on. They know that is not normal behavior. And it always kind of helps me realize that I'm doing something important. And I think there is a place for DEKA Atlas. I think, you say, send them to strong. DEKA Strong is not for strong people. You don't have to be strong to do DEKA Strong. You just have to have an engine, and you don't have to want to run. DEKA Atlas is terrifying me. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it. I'm this close, right? And so I've got 9 weeks.
I have bad news for you, Cheryl. You ready?
Yeah.
You're the niche of the niche.
Yeah.
Like you loving it is great, and you're in that category, and you're trying to get people to do this thing that are into fitness racing and learning about, or just want to do something besides their run club. And you've already given them these 3 things and these 10 stations that really work. And I just think this other thing, it's not, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. It would be just like, if like, it seems like the kind of thing that like Dave's gym or Amber and them would be like, they just made up, and like once in a while we do this thing, you know what I mean? Or some people, or Rhino puts it on, but like not by DEKA, just like, oh, we came up with this thing and we're calling it Atlas and it's not official. I don't know. I just, if it's a product you're trying to support in this family of products, it's not, I mean, I don't know how many like how many they've even put on since it was announced. Is it less than 100 in a year? Is it less than 50?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. No, it's not less than 50. They've done
they have them regularly whenever they have the other events, because it's such a small footprint. It's really easy to put it on sort of over in the corner when you're running a DEKA mile or whatever. And let me just say this one more thing, Matt. I checked the leaderboard. Peak Atlas, right, which I'm trying for, there have only been 5 women in the world my age who have even attempted it.
Let's go.
And so that's highly motivating.
The
right?
foundation one is, and I'll be honest, when Yancey said he was going to make the foundation one, I said,
no, don't do the foundation. Like, man up. Yeah,
do the
right
now,
or do women's weights. Like
way more people are doing the foundation weights than doing the peak weights.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I don't see what the point is of that. If I can't do the peak weights, I'm just not going to do it. I'll just run DEKA mile teams with my husband or something. But no, it's my, I just think for those of us who like run HYROX and that sort of thing, we've got, maybe for those of us not in the APAC region, we've got some weeks, right, where we can build our strength. This is a great way to sort of target some things that maybe we wouldn't target. That's all I have to say. I'm very niche.
You are the niche. I think let's talk about what wasn't on the docket until this morning. Let's talk about this Hunter video. I know Dave has thoughts.
I just listened to it. I went ahead and did the whole thing. I had to get the whole experience. And that part, Matt, when one of the women, and I don't know her name, but she is at the finish line sort of saying that they always do this to him, that she was talking to you. I remember that. And I did not know who she was. And I didn't know who she was talking about. Yeah, in his video, like at the end, toward, when he'd finished his race and they were milling around at the end, she is talking to you.
Oh, I think that's his manager, his like assistant / manager.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm forgetting her name.
Yeah,
she's great. She's great. I hung out with them some this weekend. I met many of Hunter's team this weekend. So,
he's got a team.
So, Dave, your thoughts?
Well, I didn't watch the whole video because that's just, I watched.
Listen, I gave everyone the highlights because there you go.
Yeah, and then I watched his. I did see a little bit of what Cheryl's talking about, but not a lot because I'm fast forwarding. And then I saw, but I watched the full speech he gave at the end.
That was the important part. The other stuff was just blog stuff. The end was the meat of the.
Yeah, I watched the race. I didn't need to watch that.
Yeah, that's fine. Unless you're a Hunter fan, that's fine.
Yeah, and that's it. So I mean, first off, what Cheryl said. I mean, I do not think they always do this to him. I don't think. Now, he said his judge was headhunting. That's highly possible. I don't think it had anything to do with him, though. I think his judge might have been just one of those ones looking to go that extra mile.
Given that it happened to Jess as well with her, right?
Yeah. And that's something I've spoken before, where I don't think judges should be doing that. I don't think they should be hunting for no reps, hunting for this. They should just be watching what happens and calling what happens. It's a different mindset. So I do agree with Hunter there. I don't really agree with the way he spoke about her and stuff like that. That's fine. And I don't agree that they are doing this to him and hunting for him and trying to keep him down or whatever. That's just hype in my mind. I do think he had some good points, though, that it did look bad for HYROX, the way that a lot of things went down at this one. A lot of negativity in the comments and stuff, and it's not gotten better. It's just continued. So it's not like all of a sudden people have, it's been a couple of weeks, I now see everything, differently. I've calmed down. No, it's the same. So, I mean, a lot of the takes he said were similar ones that what I've had, and just that's not the way you do these things. What happened with Cole, what happened with Tim, Quite frankly, of all the things that happened there, I thought the ones that happened to Hunter were actually pretty okay. I thought he deserved his burpee penalties. I thought he did not deserve the lunges ones, which he didn't get. His statements about how the judge being on him constantly could slow him down midstream, even without giving him the red card, something like that. There is something to that, you know, you should not be trying to, as a judge, you don't really want to engage these people in conversations when they're racing, even if you're warning them or telling them or talking to them, like just quick key words, right? Like that's it. And, you know, so I don't know.
So I think, yeah. And I think the frustration that Cheryl and I have talked about a lot on here, and that in our private conversations in Sweden, was if they don't see the problem. If Matt and team don't pull her aside, fine. They want, hey, publicly, you're our gal. You made the right call. Behind the scenes, hey, by the way, you're a little too ready. You're a little too trigger happy. That's not what we want. We want penalty to be the what do you call it? We want penalties to be the last resort and not deciding all the stuff you always say, Dave. You guys are invisible. So, but if they're not doing that, and I don't think they are, that's the problem. Like that conversation does need to happen. Again, was she headhunting Hunter? Probably not. Was she going to do that to anybody in her lane because that's how she thinks the job should be done, which if she's not corrected, she must think she's doing a good job. So I'm not attacking her personally as a human being. Please don't at me, fans of hers.
No.
If no one's corrected her, then she's like, cool, that's the way to do the job. Yeah. But if somebody says, by the way, that's probably a shad too intense and you did seem a little too ready, let's don't call the penalties, don't put the hands forward. I think it's almost impossible to tell because people are saying like, oh, it's so obvious. Not to me. Like when you throw your body out like that, like I'm 54 and slow. I put my hands down, right? But for those that fly, it is hard to tell. There are some comments in my post today that say obviously penalty. Would you say obvious, Dave?
It was pretty obvious to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me what I'm not seeing then.
Well, he does, and this is the way he used to do it all the time. Basically what he does is he brings his hands down in an area that looks like it's going to be okay. Then when he kicks his feet back, he drives his hands forward. And he's notorious for doing this. He could have got that red card much earlier on.
So you think it was a ton of bad reps?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was many. And then, but like I say, on the lunges, I don't think he did a thing wrong on the lunges. I think
the Baines method. Am I saying that correctly? Baines method.
He
was saying, oh, I see that in his training reels that he's doing them wrong.
Yeah.
So is he unconscious, or does he think that's the rule?
Hunter is always going to push the limit. He said this publicly, so he's always going to ride that line and try to get away with it to get the advantage, right? And I'm not necessarily against that. As an athlete, you want to do things as fast as humanly possible, but also you shouldn't be surprised when you get nicked. Now, that said, his kind of motto would be, well, if I complain enough about it, maybe they'll be more hesitant to call it. It's just, I mean, you see it all the time in hockey and football and basketball, right? Everybody's got their own way to try to manipulate the officials to try to make things go the way they went. But yeah, they were pretty obvious.
Okay, but I have a question. One of the accusations he levied against this judge, and again, it could just be her training. We don't even know how these folks are trained, right? Is that he asked her how many lengths, and she was like, I don't have to tell you anything. That's up to you, right? And so that seemed,
how many lengths?
He was. It was on burpees, right?
Like
it was
down and backs.
Yeah, because down and back for lunges was 5, and he was asking about burpees. Do I do 4 or 5? And she's like, I don't have to tell you that. Like you should know, right? And that seemed like a problem. That seemed like camera? No, I mean this is his word versus hers.
You can see on camera that there was some confusion at the end.
He doesn't know if he's able to go or not.
And that it was like the head judge had come over and say you could go. Right?
Because she was saying something different.
But guess what else we've learned, Dave?
What's that?
Guess what if he hadn't done enough and that judge told him to go, guess what?
Yeah, he would have got DQ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, no, there he would have got a penalty. Now he would
Right.
have
In the future, DQ.
Yeah.
Unless they had said something in the pre-race meeting that we're not aware of.
That's right. That was
Anyway.
not recorded or written down.
Yeah.
And so
there's
that's the problem, right? Like, I think that to me sort of shows just kind of maybe this judge in particular, their view of what their job is, right? Is to just, I'm not here to help you, right? And I didn't know what you might say about that. So
to me, there's no excuse for that. And I think, like, I said that before, but I remember when there was the controversy of do we listen to the judge or do we go by the wall ball counter or whatever, and their final statement was, well, you as the athlete should know
right
where you're at. And I've always been like, no, that's stupid. The judge is there to count. The judge is there to count you. Like, when I judge people on on anything, on the tank, on farmer's carry, on anything, I'm counting the laps. That's my job. That's my gig. That's what we do. Right. So if that is indeed accurate, there's no excuse for that. That's just stupid. And I don't blame him for being pissed about that. That's dumb.
It just seems.
And we've got this we do have this super gray area, right? Because Matt Locke said he has played the role of cheerleader and he happily does that, right? Mm-hmm. Like, Morgan's ball was rolling away and he was like, go get it, pick it up, and all that. And it's like, okay, so are they supposed to tell them go in now when they've done their 5 laps? Or are they supposed to say, oh, you kept going, not on me? Like, that needs to be, I understand that they're not going to say don't cheer them on, right? But, like, I think there should be some information around that about what their job is, including, and again, in a regular race, they'd tell you, right? In a regular race, you turn to your judge and say, do I do one more? And so in the Elite 15, when it's only those 15 and it's a grid, which is different, and they're not used to it being different and all that, I thought Kurt asking was certainly part of it. And if she somehow heard, no, that's not my job, I want to know what that means. So if any head judges are here that have been that have worked the Elite 15, please let me know or let us know. Because maybe it isn't her job. Maybe other people just say it because they're nice.
In my experience with HYROX, they never told us not to tell the person what lap they're on.
I mean,
not lap.
It does seem a bit
length on a tank. As far as laps on the run, they make the athletes responsible for that. Due to the fact, I guess that would be much harder to judge for everybody. But when you're side by side with an athlete in the zone and you're counting every rep they do, judging every rep they do, yeah, you're counting length. I'm
pretty sure I've seen them stand there and then wave them in when they go around the right enough times. I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Yeah.
Have we not seen that in a major, Cheryl?
I don't know if they do it for everybody though.
Right.
And that's the downside.
Is it they just do it for the front runners and then everyone follows? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. I mean, obviously Linda Meyer had a problem. Nobody was waving her in, right? Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I don't think you can rely on the judges to help you. That's why they had the coaches corner for a while and that sort of thing.
I want to back up a little bit and talk about the macro of Hunter. And, you like Hunter, you don't like Hunter. He's a massive reason the sport grew in America. He was certainly the first one to talk about them and then continued to be the guy who, was the first guy to train this way. And now HYROX is global and blah, blah, blah. But massive part of the sport, 3-time champion, already had a pedigree that he came in with, being on national television multiple times, all that stuff. So like him or not, all that stuff's true. And part of that is his, to use another wrestling term, his like heel persona, right? And people love that. People love trash talking. People like sticking it to the man. But there's and I've said many times on this program, I consider Hunter a friend, and these are things I've said to his face. And it's a little weird sometimes talking about it but like I said, it's like we have this small sport and friends with a lot of these guys. But I think where Hunter doesn't do himself any favors is if you're right, it doesn't help it if your attitude isn't great, right? So I don't know what a good hockey example, Dave, would be, but in professional football, you could say Antonio Brown, but he's extreme because he's like mentally not well. But like Terrell Owens, right? No one doubted he was the best on the field, but not the best teammate, and kind of created that toxic locker room, as they said. And I feel like that's what Hunter at his worst is like, it's everybody's fault and fuck you. Like, he probably is right on a lot of it, but he doesn't do himself any favors because he takes on this me against the world thing. And, you know, his corner was saying they always do this to him. And it does kind of feel like that, but it wasn't necessarily true. Like, people started thinking that everyone had it out for Woodsy, and it's like, well, sometimes Woodsy made mistakes, but it had that thing. So, but he's not going to not be himself. You're not going to get one without the other. I wish he would mature. I call it a little bit of immaturity. I wish he would mature a little and learn to dial it back a percentage, but that's not who he is.
In my experience, if you want actual results in changing people's minds or helping them see your point, especially if you are right, it's better to have them not feel insulted by letting them know they're wrong.
Right. That's the maturity.
It doesn't always work.
No, yeah. You can be sweet as pie and still get effed in the B sometimes. Yep. Cheryl, are you holding your tongue, or are you waiting for us to stop talking? Or
no,
I
want to know
your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts.
You know, I watched the whole video just because I don't actually expose myself a lot to Hunter. That shouldn't have said it that way. But the man's a 14-year-old boy, right? Like, it's just, he's so that most of the content is just not what I'm used to. Like, I'm just not used to the lack of professionalism and just the way he acts and everything. And I know it's a show. I know that, you know, people who know him, you know, really respect him. Like, Matt, I know you have a great relationship with him, and there's definitely something there, and he knows how to put on a show, and he does that. But yeah, as soon as he decided to basically say this judge wasn't even good as a human being, like, what are we supposed to do with that, right? I feel like Rich Ryan handled things better when he had the wall ball judge issue, right? He was very specific about his complaints about everything surrounding that incident in Phoenix. And I do think that there are people who just tend to sort of hit a right note. And I think that that's going to further the conversation more than being so inflammatory that we don't hear much more.
Right. And this is the guy that you will hear people say that have witnessed in person him be super loyal to people and go above and beyond for friends and like all that stuff.
Right.
And you know, I just feel like, yeah, sometimes if he figured out some middle ground, then, because like, it's kind of like yelling, right? Cheryl, if I'm yelling at you, even if I'm right, you don't hear anything.
You don't hear it. Right. You don't hear
it. So his way of doing that, he may not be raising his voice, but he's saying things that it's like, once you hit a point, it's like, they're not listening. They be HYROX. So,
well, and HYROX decided to quit listening that night.
Long time ago.
Yeah, no, the best quote I have, somebody sent me this quote: HYROX always does the right thing after they have exhausted all bad options.
No, we did that. That came up a couple months ago.
Right?
That's a good one.
And oftentimes that's the case. This time, no, they're just like, end of discussion, like it's over. And we're not even going to entertain this. I will say, I was rooting for Hunter. I wanted him to win.
I kind of wanted him to ride off in the sunset. It kind of would have been perfect.
I did. I thought it would have been a great story. Like, put a bow on it. I thought it would have been magnificent. And the fact that he was like doing so great, I just thought this will be great. And then it, of course, ended up being amazing.
So I can add a personal thing that I don't think I talked about, which was I was in the basement booth. His whole crew was in there, and when the race started, there was a lot of cheering. Like, it was crazy. Like, and then it got quiet, and I was like, oh shit, something happened. And I didn't know yet. And I just I eventually made my way down, and I realized he was penalized. And again, if he was a guy happy with second place, he could have gotten it because he had this 15-second penalty and could have kept, but he decided I have to now outrun his penalty.
We're going to go home, right?
And I was talking with his dad at the time. Great dude, his dad. Get to meet Douglas McIntyre, hang out with that guy. Great dude. But he was like, I just saw his face, and you can see it. Like, he's trying to outrun that penalty, and that's a candle he couldn't burn, but that's what he decided. So another athlete might have thought, a win's not in for me, but I can take second and 20 grand and I'm thrilled, or 30 grand, whatever it was.
He had to go for it. Yeah. He had to
Well,
go for
in
it.
his mind, he had to go for it.
Yeah.
He didn't have to. Yeah.
That's who he is. No, but that's who he is.
But
Yeah.
Dave and I are saying he didn't, but he wasn't going to be happy with second. He was definitely Ricky Bobby, and that's who he is. So, I think, you know, I shared it because, you know, I knew people wanted to talk about this stuff. And if you go to Hunter's page, it's all Hunter fans. But if you go to my page, like it's not quite 50-50, but there's a lot of like the judging sucks, and, you know, like they do need to fix this. And, you know,
Well, and that was the other thing he said, is that HYROX is becoming known for bad judging, just like CrossFit got known for injuries, right? I mean, that's in the video as well. And I will say, for all his bluster and how kind of offended I was by his video, because I'm just not used to that tone, right? I believe him, and I'm a big justice person, and I would be as angry as he is if that had happened. I don't know if I would have handled it the way he did, but he's used to winning. He likes to win. He doesn't know how to not win. And so I think that this comes out like that. I thought it was kind of fascinating. And I do think I am embarrassed that we have a sport where this is what we end up talking about all the time.
well, and as more and more eyes get on it,
Yeah.
it will continue. If we have another couple of majors like this, and then the world champs again, then it's clearly that's what people will remember. Like, oh yeah, this is the sport that's like. And again, when people say, by the way, you guys want to be standardized for the world to see,
Embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing that they're going to dig their heels in on this when it's some simple fixes.
So the scariest part, I don't know, scariest part, maybe that's not the right word, but the most problematic part for me is, and Matt kind of touched on it earlier, where he was saying, do they talk to this judge and tell her, hey, maybe this isn't the best approach, maybe cut it back, whatever, give her some critique, give her some coaching, and will they do that? But here's where I run into my concerns. They don't think there's fuck all wrong.
Yes. They are
good.
so, HYROX is so egocentric right now. They can't see
good.
anybody else's point of view, and they dismiss it immediately, which is extremely dangerous.
If your fans are telling you this is wrong, your athletes are telling you this is wrong, your media is telling you this is wrong, maybe you're a fucking duck.
right, right.
Well, it's never mentally healthy to just dig in and never entertain any other perspective, right? As soon as you get that rigid in your thinking, there's a problem, no matter what it is. You need to be more open.
Yeah, I don't expect them. I don't expect them to. Again, I'm always aware and feel bad for the amount of customer service complaints they would get that they have nothing to do with. Like, why won't you give them my money back, even though I had the option to select the money back selection, right? Like, and all the stuff. But this kind of stuff, and there clearly doesn't seem to be anything behind closed doors that says, including Mo Fiesta saying to me, I think there's no problem.
I sleep at night.
You know what? I'd like to clean it up a little. Watch that great video with Mo that I think you talked about, Cheryl, where he talked about scarcity a little bit on CNBC, how they make it or whatever. Of all the same, like if you read any of these articles, it's the same fucking thing. 2017, blah blah blah. Right? This was a nice like 10-15 minute piece on him and the sport. It's really well done. It makes sense to someone who's never seen the sport before, so you can find it on YouTube, CNBC, how they made it, Mo Fierce or whatever. But clearly, not seeing the problem is, again, like what do we call that? Cheryl and I were like, what mental health thing is that when you literally
narcissism?
Well, we discussed narcissism
as a company. What do you call it when it's a company?
Yeah, I ended up using the term egocentric, right? And I, companies are people too, man. But yeah, look, Mo of all people, who is the Olympian, he's the one who has been on the field and has been, subject to referee calls. He of all people should be the one who's like, no, we need to clean this up. And for whatever reason, I don't know, he's just happy that it's growing. He's happy for the press. I don't know, but it's embarrassing.
I would say for as many eyes that were on at this time, it was a bit embarrassing. All right, we can
And
move on.
Just the response was 100% one way. Not
Yes.
just Hunter fans, not just Tim fans, not just Cole fans. Everybody was the same way.
Forgot about Cole.
Or let's call it 95% the same.
Well, and that's, you know, the way
Fucking
Cole handled this, the way he just kind of took it on the chin. I mean, that's rough. That's just, you know, he could have been a lot noisier about that. I think we were all noisy for him because it's just nonsense what happened to him. But they're flat out dismissive. They refuse to see where there's a problem. And whenever you're in a situation like that, like, it's never healthy, right?
All right, so let's move on to the next one. Cheryl has a note I don't quite understand. AG qualifications, what's the strategy?
I don't know. I was just thinking about our strategy, Matt. Like, how are
Me
we
and
going to?
you?
Yeah, look, with this 2 double roll down, we're going to benefit from racing as much as we can, right? Like, this is how the
That's
system
expensive, Cheryl.
It is, but this is how they've set it up. And that's why I wanted to bring it up is, look, we could be like amazing and we could just take it in Dallas and have no problems, right? Take the podium and be first place.
Is it
and then
Dallas
be
or
done with
Houston
it.
we signed up for? I literally don't remember.
I don't even remember.
Houston.
We'll check. It's just a nightmare, right? Trying to get tickets these days. But
We're
look,
racing on a
if we don't-
Wednesday somewhere. That's all I know.
I know. And so we need to seriously consider whether
We
or
might have
not
to wake up for school early the next day. Should we get a note
Exactly.
for our teachers?
it's a problem, right? So
Well,
but look,
again,
if
there's
we-
the concept of early in the year, everybody already qualifies, right? There's that
Yeah.
concept.
yeah,
But it's also, it truly is many times luck of the draw. Do you get that person that, you know, even if it's the second race of the year, if the first 2 teams come in under 110,
mhm.
or sometimes the first team's really fast, second team's 120 something, which is where we are right now, right?
Right.
And where
Right.
and can we get faster? Absolutely. But listen, my buddy Dean and his wife, first time out, they qualified, and they admittedly are not that fast. He and I raced 20 minutes slower than you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the
I just think,
the
yeah,
strategy is race as much as possible. Like, I do enjoy racing, but if I don't get wonderful clients like the ones you see at the bottom of the screen to send me to every race, I can't do every North American race. You know what I mean? If I'm going for work and then we can throw in the race, sure, but
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, listen, I was like Nashville, Tampa would be great. Speaking of which, looks like we're getting an extra day in Nashville. So maybe we won't sell out in 4 minutes. It'll sell out in 8 minutes, but hey, it's better, right?
yeah, Nashville's going to be massively popular. I think it's going to sell out immediately. But look, I'm just sort of looking ahead, and I know that there are a lot of people. I'm already getting a lot of messages from people, you know, wanting to team up and wanting to, you know, let's strategize. And it just feels like you try at least once in the fall, and then you just stack the spring. If you
Is that what you think
want
people do?
I think that's what people are going to need to do. And I was expecting it to not be as heavy like this. I thought that there was only going to be one roll down because they were saying just one roll down, and now
Right.
they've changed that policy. And now that there's 2, I think that means that everybody's just going to be racing. I think it's going to be a great moneymaker for them.
Well, and I will say,
Pay to play.
and I will say though, again, to give them credit, yes, scarcity is good, but also look at Tough Mudder in its heyday. When a guy in Tough Mudder said to me on the record, when I said, what about the lines are too long? He's like, you should race on Sunday then. Like, they did not give one shit that you would stand at Everest for 10 minutes, right? So I do think that they know it would be a worse experience and they could still take the short-term dollar if they let more people go. So I give them credit for that, because they could be like, oh, fuck it. Oh, you'd be like, you know, be a little
Rating
crowded
at
on
the
the
wall
court.
ball station or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like there'll be penalties, we'll sort that part out. So I do think what he said that I really keyed into was, you know, he used to say, you know, a $100,000 event that feels like $1 million event, and now that scale has risen. Now it's a $200,000 event that feels like a $2 million event. All the stuff we love, right? The stage, the pictures, the seeing your name on the board right when you finish, all that great stuff. They know how important that is, and they do a really good job with that. And
Yes.
if they sold another X amount of tickets every day, it would be more crowded and it would be a worse experience. And they know that that's not that. So they're smart enough to do that, is what I'm trying to say.
Look, I would love for the spring schedule to come out. And how many races do we have in North America, for instance, in fall? Like quite a few, but they could double that.
11. It's right now. It's 11.
11. Like they could do at least 15, 16 races.
Well, it used to be 4 or 5.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I think
you mean like Nashville, Atlanta, Tampa, Miami, like just stack them that way.
I think they could give us a lot more races and we would show up at this point. They should take advantage of that. Just saying. I hope they are. And then let us all just blow our spring. You know, those of us who can afford it, you know, race as much as we want.
Well, listen, if you belong to an affiliate gym, you just get a code. You just register early. That's apparently how it works.
Come on. I haven't been able to get a race this season yet with my affiliate code. So that's no longer an issue. Like it doesn't help you.
I was joking. You said any other thoughts about the rule changes? Did we cover that already?
I don't know. I just didn't know if there was anything else that had come up since you guys had talked.
No. I mean, I got a lot of messages here and there, but nothing
Nothing you need to answer to.
No.
Well, I kind of thought I'd like to take a look at the brand new Elite 15, which has been formed. Some people said ghost points. I didn't like that term, but now we're officially in the new season. So you get to see how this thing paid off and what people are going to have to do to stay in the hunt. So if you go to HYROX.com and then go to results and rankings and then go to, is it elites? Is it points? It's points. There we go. I'm going to try not to be a boomer and stop talking out loud.
This seems like a screen share thing.
So this is yes, we want to see it. And Matt sent me this text saying, put this on the notes. And so I saw that this is what he wanted to talk about. So I've already looked at it and it's kind of fascinating.
So if you're looking, to me, it's never like the first ones are easy. It's like, well, who's maybe at the bottom that wasn't before. But now that I said that, Jack, right? Jack right now is in 6th. Jack Driscoll. Jack knows, you know, I'm not being
five wins.
That he's not the 6th best guy in the world and that he's not as fast as, you know, the top 5 of the Elite 15. But he wisely jumped in a bunch of races. So right now, with 5 105s and a strength of field of 10,053, he is 6th. So how will that hold up against someone like, let's see, James or Luke, who will be in majors pretty soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
How quickly will they be able to move up? Because obviously, look at this. The regionals is where you make the difference. The regionals and world champs. Now, JK did not have a great world champs, so it's not even on here. Do you not get any points for 10th or whatever? You should, right?
No, I think anything past 9th.
After 7th, I think it stops being helpful.
Right. So Rich is still in here, but Rich thinks after that first London race he'll drop, or the cruise he might drop out because he's got a 94 down here, right?
Yeah, I think you're going to need 5 wins minimum.
5 wins minimum.
Yep.
What really struck me about this, though, is look at that list. I mean, obviously, okay, Dylan's at the top, great. Tim's at the top. Charlie, you know, rightfully should be up there. But I no longer can kind of just use this list to predict my race predictions, my podium predictions, because it is just points. It's not times. And so it's really hard to figure out who I think is going to win, if that makes sense.
You're going to have to dig deeper and like a lot of.
Well, here's what's crazy.
Yes.
Calypso, another wrestling term, Calypso off the top rope, already in 3rd.
But in front of
How
Alyssa.
crazy is that? She wasn't even on anybody's fucking radar a few months ago.
Her world's performance.
Right. She got 109 for Worlds.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
Was she
She's in
4th or
front
5th?
of Alyssa, right? Like it just doesn't really pan out. Like this doesn't then show you once they're up against each other who's going to win.
No.
Correct. So
here's some concerns I have right now. Vivian Tavuto might not be there next year.
Yeah.
She did not race a lot, and she's sitting at 517.
Well, she's going
She'll have to have some good
but I
major
don't.
performances.
Well, I think she's going to have a conversation with her job. That's like, I got to get off a bunch, right?
Right. Yeah, because
She's
it's her job
listen.
that's holding her back.
She's got a manager now. She didn't have one before. Like she got one in the last. I mean, I think it's been a little bit now, but I'm saying. So that means sponsorships, and she's kind of making her way, right? Because she was never great at social, admittedly, and so she's getting better at that stuff, and I think that's going to help, right? But yeah, I mean, let's see. Rachel's at 517. She's got. Wait a minute. You got points for AG in Stockholm? Did you guys know this?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they treated it like a pro race.
Yes.
Yeah, which it was.
So she must have been what? Third?
Yeah,
in her
she
age
was
group?
like third or something, I think.
Yep.
So
And I think it's overall, it's not in your age group.
Yeah, and she was
Interesting.
third. There was it Saskia Miller?
so what's
Right.
And then oh our God, our Canadian girl, Maddie.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was second, and then Rachel.
so the minimum you've got to get, okay? No majors. 105 times 5 is 525, right?
Yep.
So
That's the
Five-
Jack Driscoll line.
the Jack Driscoll line. That's what we'll call it. Fantastic. Dave, you just changed the sport. Congratulations.
Nice.
Again,
People write this down. And like I guess after the first major will be the first shakeup. So I feel like we're not going to fucking know if this thing worked or not till the end of the year. Is that crazy?
no.
Let me bring you guys back up because I can't tell. What do we always say? Oh, are you guys back on the screen?
No, I don't see anything. It's just dark.
Black screen.
Guys, I hate to tell you this. This is the end.
I'm not surprised.
When this is all over, Cheryl, this is what it's going to be like for us.
Just this.
Just nothing.
Just nothing.
You know, it's not the opposite. It's not the opposite of light, right? It's nothingness.
At least I won't have to do the dishes anymore.
Thank God. Come on, you stupid thing. There we go. Oh boy, little existential crisis is over. So,
Are we going to know who is?
We
the
always say
fastest
like,
person?
oh, if it's the top 15, it's right. Is it the best 5 in the world? Is it the best 10 in the world? Like, we're not going to be able to tell if the rich keep getting richer, right? And let's say a Rachel Wade can't even get into a major, right? Then that would be really bad, right?
Yeah.
If that's what ends up happening.
Rachel Wade's and many others' best chance may be in that second division or division one,
And getting the
winning that and bumping out the 15th place person. So I mean, the people you have in the 15th for the first major may not be that 15th
So to
person.
remind folks, what are they calling it?
And that was D1 or something like that.
It was
Right.
D1 for a while, and now it's something else. The Challenger division, I think.
And I'm calling it Golden Ticket. So I'm going to get credit for that one. Gold,
Okay.
you win the Challenger division. Boom, you're in. Now you do well there, and now
Right.
you've got the 100 plus. I feel like maybe the majors shouldn't be like, why do we need the 105 for the regular races? Shouldn't the 105s be reserved for the majors? Why can't we just have the hundo? And then now you're really cooking because you're in the world champs.
So I'm guessing that the principle behind that was they wanted the percentage of the winner, but they also thought the winner should be more than just 100, so they give them 105, and really you're getting percentage of second place.
Okay.
I'm
See,
going to trust the math. I think there are people who know how to math, and I'm going to let them do their job. There must have been a darn good reason.
It's just to give a bonus for winning. It's a bonus. It's a winning bonus.
No, I
It's a
understand.
5-point bonus. Yeah.
How about 2?
2 winning bonuses.
Get 2 points for the extra. You get 102, right?
Oh well, I mean, yeah, you're negotiating now.
Right. But then but then Dave, okay, just walk me through it.
Yeah.
If you're valuing winning instead of a time, because times we know aren't all equal.
Yeah.
We're giving extra triple bonus points for doing well against better people, but But why, when the whole point of the first one is that the 2nd through 10th are based on how well you did in the first place? Why are you making them even richer by going, oh, well, now you get 120 points?
You're asking why a system based on the rich get richer is making the rich get richer?
I guess so, yes. Was there a way to have both? Is there a way to remove what would be a better way to do this other than Dave's format?
Perfect way.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're asking me to defend a system I don't like. So, how would I change this system to make
between your way of always race your way in and what they've got now, right? Something I'm suggesting that I can't quite put my brain around. Again, I do understand that it's harder, and so you've raced better people, so you get more points. But again, the whole point of the other thing is then just make those less, I think would be the way to do it.
If you went purely on this would be the Jack Bauer system of all time. So you want to get points, right? Jack Bauer does not, his percentage of winner does not have a bonus for the winner. So if you're 1 second behind the winner, you're like 99.9 points and he's 100 points.
Right.
You did something like that, you would alleviate almost all the ties, and you would increase the value of a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th place because they could all be so much different. That said, again, these systems are so flawed where, I mean, if you're over in APAC and you're running a race, you might run a 107 and be within 99% of the winner. And over here, run a 107 and be within 80% of the winner. So that's still flawed in the system's current. So I guess for you, Matt, it would probably be more suited to you if they just took away that 5 points and just had winner gets 100, everybody else's percentage of the winner straight through.
But then when you get to the majors,
the reason they put it in the majors is because clearly a win at a major is supposed to be more difficult than a win at a regular pro race. So therefore should be worth more in their eyes.
But again, you've now punished people who haven't. It's like the old, like, how do I get a union job without a union card?
Yes.
Right.
And here's the thing too, is you'll have, this would be the fair way, is that the majors didn't count. Didn't count for your points totals.
Because those are just their own reward. Their own reward is you get to go to the world champs, you win the money.
Yes. And so the reason,
I already like that system better.
But the reason they don't do that is then let's use Lauren Weeks for an example. So now Lauren Weeks is going to have to race 10 races.
Right.
Right. Because she'll do all the majors, plus she'll have to do 5 more qualifiers. So that would seem unfair. But unfortunately, what you've done is you've put that on the back half of the field. Now the back half of the field has to race at least 10 races. Because they're going to have to do the 5 outside of the majors to qualify and then to race the majors as well. So again, that's part of the thing where they said, oh, most people just race 5 times anyway, where I never really bought into it.
Yeah, I think we're going to need a season to figure it out.
We'll see.
Your interview, Matt, with Matt Halfhill this last week, where he just brought up how we keep changing it every year. Like every year it's a new thing we've got to wrap our head around. I'm kind of exhausted by it. Like I would have liked to have just let 2 years be the same, for a little while, just to give us a chance to get our feet on the ground. The fact that I'm having to sort of figure this out. And honestly, I do look at that top 15 and I think, I don't know if these are the 15 fastest people, right? They're just the 15 most strategic people.
But that's not the priority of that system. The priority of that system is realistically to have the top 5.
Okay.
And that, I mean, that's why it's set up that way, realistically. And you can rest assured you will have the top 5 in there, maybe even the top 10, but I don't think you'll have the top 15.
All right. So here's your best chance to get a bunch of points in the next few months.
Hangzhou?
Sydney. Hangzhou. Abu Dhabi coming soon, ? Delhi, Chengdu, Istanbul, not Constantinople, Chiba, Bangkok, Cape Town. So, sorry, Shenzhen, Perth. So if you want to spend some time in that part of the world, you can race a ton. And by the way, just so people know, I said to Joanna, I go, hey, China. She's like, still a 10-hour flight for me. So it's not like it's short. It's just not, it's not as far as it is for us, but it's a major region. It's a large part of the large part of the world. But there are people that are definitely going to jump on that. Calypso already raced and sagged herself another 105.
Well,
Right.
That's
Tara
how
went-
I guess that's how she ended up in third. Now that I realize it.
Tara
So
Jackson went and shagged herself 105 points while Worlds was on.
way to go, Tara. You got to do what you got to do. And then we start getting, so Tenerife is the first Europe in September. You get DC for us. I can't be at
Acapulco
that.
might be a good one to go to.
Acapulco, then Greece, Beijing again, back in Maastricht,
Mumbai.
I mean, and then, wow. Yeah, it is crazy. It is. Look at this. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. That's probably a first. The first time there's ever been 6 events in one weekend. That is. Oh, one's Young Stars. Okay, that's just 5.
Yeah, there's some young stars there.
But it's going to be interesting. Definitely, we should be screenshotting the leaderboard and see how it changes over time, because it's going to be interesting. Let's move on to. I want to move on to XENOM. I know you have another thing in your HYROX, but I'm not that interested in that. I want to talk about XENOM.
Well, now I want to know what you're not interested in.
Here's what he's not interested in. Is Dave, you said something last week about something, and Matt said, put it in the notes. And I put it in the notes.
Okay. Well then we're going to talk about it then. Now that you've said I already pushed it once. The question was, I'm just mindful of time too, right? Like I don't want every episode to be 2 hours. It was, is there a better way to do the relays? That was the question that I thought.
At World Championships.
The invitational relay, is there a better way?
Yeah. And that was one where I had the sponsorship teams. I thought, I mean, is it better or not? I don't know. But with your bringing in sponsors, and we talked about this forever, and OCR tried to get that thing to happen. I believe Bracken and Megiddo were a very big driving force in that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
even Amelia, that's how far back it goes.
Yeah,
she was interested in it.
So I mean, right now, especially with the shoes, man, you got Puma, you got Adidas, you got Nike, all in their big. Reebok, I think, is coming. I don't know. So you've got a lot of shoe brands. Just let them pick their sponsor teams, and you don't need 20 of them, right? You could do 10 and that'd be plenty. And just that's just another sponsorship opportunity for HYROX to make more money on, and also more athletes to get signed to places because they'll want to fill out their team. And they're going to want to fill out the best team. So they'll be signing contracts to people. So I think it's a simple system, and I don't think it's any worse than anything we've done so far. So yeah, I mean, you'll just think, Cheryl, you'll have people out there in complete Nike outfits representing. They can be all sorts of different colors, all sorts of different flair. People will want to buy them and wear them.
Well, if you don't have a hard on for the Olympics, it's an easy solution. But when you get so excited that, like, it's why they changed the doubles rule. It's like nobody was asking for that. Again, doesn't solve a problem. Nobody was saying we have to have the best countries. Nobody was asking for that.
No.
So to say, which I think you said, Cheryl, you heard one of them say, it makes it easier to cheer for a team.
Yeah. I mean,
insane.
Yeah.
I'm an American. I was very happy to root for teams that had one American and one non-American. Hunter raced with Jake. Rich raced with Pariah. It doesn't oh no, I'm so torn.
I was having a difficult time figuring out who to cheer for. I'm really glad they squared it away because I was worried.
You didn't know.
I'm just not going to know who to cheer for. I won't know. I'm tuning out because I can't figure it out.
We like who we like, right? And I think, look, Dave, I think you've got a great point. I think the only team so first of all, they do need to keep the relay at the end of the weekend. It really was worth attending. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, imagine that. Was
it as good as me sleeping in my own bed, drinking
coffee?
I
think that's a very subjective judgment, and so I wouldn't know. By the time I was there, I was exhausted. I was absolutely exhausted.
I know you were having a good time. We were in constant communication, and you were.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was, and just it is such a showcase of the athletes. I have an issue with mixed relays hard to watch because then you've got like different abilities but watching Lauren Weeks outrun Colern for a good 3 laps was amazing, and I would love to see that again. But nobody the only people who got into it were the Germans. Like they had little flags and they had little outfits and they had stuff. Tim Vinish was just all decked out and everybody else kind of just showed up in whatever race kit. Like lean into it, right? And so if you did have what Dave's saying, yes, the kits would be amazing. They would be some flash. I think they need to, I think they were all tired too, right? So nobody had put any effort into it. And
Right.
you didn't have Meg Jacoby getting all the USA shorts for everybody like she did in Manchester, which looked amazing, right? So we need to find a way to lean into it.
When was Manchester? The 90s? How long ago does that
Yes,
feel?
it was like 100 years ago. Yes.
But if you have sponsor teams, sponsors like the sponsors got somebody sitting in a room just thinking this shit up.
Yes.
All right,
and
I got the kit ready for you.
amazing.
Here's
Yeah.
your flair. You're going out there. You're doing this.
Lay it all out for you.
And
Do I
maybe
need to
Cheryl,
remind
if
you of
you're-
my amazing Red Bull jacket. I mean, come
there
on.
you go. Yeah.
I mean,
There you
come
go.
on.
You may have a team Red Bull, right?
Absolutely,
You may have
Team Red Bull.
LSKD,
Fuck
right?
yeah.
So you got Nike, you got Team Puma, which would be the big, they'd be right in there. Nike, Team Puma, Team
Can we do this?
Adidas,
So listen,
LSKD.
I think
Red
I'm going to do
Bull,
this next week.
Amazfit.
Dave. All right.
Amazfit.
Not only did I push this ahead 2 weeks almost, I'm gonna put this together for you guys. I'm going to, with my own time and money, I'm gonna put together the athlete teams, and we'll see. Because some of them have both, right? A lot of them have multiple, right?
Yes.
But just like Red Bull at the top of my head is Dearden, Lucy, Ida. Who would the fourth guy be?
Rock.
Oh, done. Yeah, because On
team.
doesn't have a lot of athletes, right? That's his shoe brand. So look, there's the Red Bull team.
Yeah.
We've already
Yeah.
made the sport better.
What about your Nike team? You got Dylan, you got Lauren.
You got
who else
Alyssa.
you got?
Sorry, not Alyssa.
No,
Alyssa's
Alyssa's
Adidas.
Adidas.
Sorry, Alyssa.
Alyssa Cole or Adidas.
Right.
Like
So is
man.
Tim.
Yep, Tim's
Tim
Adidas.
Cole,
So
Alyssa, and who do they have?
I know
Lena.
there's some
Uh,
Lena or
Elena Ruco Chaz would be good. Yeah.
I'll do this next time. I will make this
Okay.
graphic.
And the point
Fun.
is too, if a sponsor's got 3 good people, they're gonna go, okay, we gotta get a 4th.
We gotta get a fourth.
Yeah. So that
Right.
works for the athletes too. Yeah.
What do you think about this though? What about what they did? What about going outside? Remember the first year it was like, let's go get a rower. What about
Yeah.
going? What about going out? No, you like that, right?
Yep.
Like,
Let
let's
the
get
sponsors-
Messi.
let the
Let's go get
sponsors
Lionel
pick their
Messi,
team.
right?
Let them put together whatever team they want.
Right?
I like it.
All right. So, thank God. Cheryl didn't want to talk about this. Thank God I was so hard about it.
She's like that. She's like that.
I do what you ask and you forget that you've asked it. So that happens all the time. I'm just doing my duty.
Drop in the comments below the percentage chance you think I have of actually doing this thing that I said I'm going to do.
You're heading to Dublin tomorrow. You're not doing this.
I could do it on the plane.
Do it on the plane.
But you
That'll
won't.
give you a job.
See, now I want to prove everybody wrong. Now
That's
wanna
why I
do
said it.
All right. Dave says 0. Cheryl, you say 50-50. I'll say 50-50 on myself.
If
Which
I
was
text you a
25.
reminder, it will bump it up by like 5%.
Yes, if you text me a reminder multiple times.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about XENOM. XENOM, for those that don't know, is the easy explanation would be CrossFit's answer to HYROX. And when we say CrossFit, we don't mean CrossFit the company. We mean a CrossFit competition.
I would say CrossFit approved. Hanser.
CrossFit approved. They've got CrossFit as a partner in some way. They've got Rogue as a partner in some way. And the idea of the same 10 events over and over in every city, in that way, that's what makes it like HYROX repeatable. Again, the opposite of what CrossFit has been known for, which is the unknown and unknowable. We're going to throw these things at you. How fit are you to handle these things? Now we're going to tell you how to do these things, and we might also change them to make it slightly easier to bring our numbers up. So
The decathlon of fitness, if you forget about the fact that DEKA used that term and that there is actually a decathlon.
correct.
Of fit people doing things.
Fit-
Fitness.
Correct. So I want to tell you what I heard first, and then I want to get your thoughts. So first thing I do is like, how well is this thing attended? Right. And the answer is not so well attended.
Probably
300
worse than people think, actually.
327. And when we remember, that includes doubles. When we remember that the first 250 were given away, let's assume all 250 didn't make it. Let's say 150 of them made it, right? It's still, you're looking at an event that probably was $1 million sneezing, right?
Yeah.
Booking that venue. Cheryl looks
It
so
looked
frightened right
really
now.
good. It looked very expensive.
It looks very expensive. So from a money, like they clearly lost their shirt, which again is fine early on. HYROX in that video I talked about, you got to lose some money before you get this thing going, right? Things take time. However, their attitude about it from day one is what I'm pushing back against. Only 2,000 tickets. And when they said that, I was like, you're not going to sell 2,000 tickets for a brand new event that costs $400 and that takes 2 days, right? A lot. It's cost $500. So,
and it's hard.
It's so from what I've seen and what I've heard from my sources it was a well-run event. You weren't hearing this was fucked up, this was fucked up. It was the things we're talking about. Everyone's treated like a superstar. They get, different branded merch and like all this cool stuff. And the production ran well, partly because here's this thing that, like, I guess I could say out loud now, Christian is involved. Like it's past a rumor at this point. Everybody kind of knows this unknown thing that like Christian is some sort of investor in this, which is not a bad thing. If you think about it's like a bet hedge. Like, hey, I already own fitness racing. Now here's this other thing. Why not? Let's see if it has a chance.
I did not know this.
Nobody knows this, but enough people know this that I'm saying it out loud. Dave knew it. It's been the unknown. It's been the, what do they say? Blah, blah secret. Like
worst kept secret.
Yeah. I've never asked him about it. I probably should have, now that I think about it in Sweden.
So he's just kind of hedging his bets.
Yeah. So it's the guy, Doug. Doug is from, sorry, not Doug, Keith. Keith is from Fittest, right? And Fittest, we know, has been the PR marketing partner, whatever, from HYROX since day one. Those guys are clearly friends. And I don't know to what extent he's involved, but he is involved. And so by that token, I happen to know that things like some of the equipment, some of the timing stuff, some of the timing people, like they got all that. Great, right? Great. It's why it didn't feel like a shitty first time event, which happens a lot of times. So none of that's bad. Product on the floor, really well. People seem to like it. I think they could have used a live stream, which they didn't do. They probably are saying like, well, we wanted to get out the kinks first, but that's not a reason you don't do it. You just do it and just deal with it. But so my first gut reaction is great first event. You did a great job. And if you don't get at least like 500 people in England, this thing doesn't really, I don't think they're going to have a shot. There, I'm done.
Cheryl, you want to go? You want to go?
I want you to go.
I kind of said it day one. I think that the price point is too high. The accessibility, so basically the skill level, is too high, which means your market that you're aiming for is too small. So no matter how good event you put on, it's unsustainable because you're just going to dump money. I can't see enough people wanting to do this repetitively over and over again to sustain it, and the market is just too small. The first time I looked at it, Station 1, yep, I'm out.
Yeah.
What Station 1 is? Can you remind folks what Station 1 is?
Station 1 is max snatch. Max barbell snatch, 1 rep. I'm out. No interest in doing that whatsoever. No interest in wrecking my shoulders. No interest in doing it.
There are no girls at an F45 saying, let's sign up for this and wear matching outfits.
Not a single one. No.
Right.
You'll get a couple at the CrossFit gyms, but even there, it's a high level to entry. And $500 is a massive price. And it's 10 events over 2 days, which is a lot of work. It's a hard thing to do.
And you have to be a very skilled athlete to pull that off.
Yeah.
To do 10 events, to know how to fuel for that, to know how to recover. That's not baseline stuff. That takes years for people to
also said they're going to have judging issues with even let's just say they have the best judges in the world. It's going to be hard to get enough judges to go through. Now, here's the other thing that I heard they did this weekend, and I really don't like it. They had different people start in different stations, which completely changes the dynamic of the competition. So, for example, Matt, you and I might have been, maybe all three of us are competing against each other. Matt, you're going to start on the 60-second Echo bike, all out. Cheryl, you're going to start on the one rep snatch, and then I'm going to start on the barbell clean ladder, and then after Matt's done his hard bike, he's going to go right to the snatch and have to try to max out his lift.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You're no longer you're not doing the same competition, and that's not fair to the athletes. That becomes a very luck of the draw. So that's not cool. So I don't see it being sustainable. I actually hope I'm wrong, because I do think it's kind of cool. But
well, I have a lot of problems, guys. I have a lot of problems with it. So here's the numbers, by the way: 28 elite, right? And those people didn't pay anyway, right? Those people were flown in, and that's fine. Again, kind of par for the course for new events. 38 elites, about 100 RX, and then about 100
compete,
which is like the
scaled version.
It's their version of open.
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, which this to me is where it's at, right? Because these are like your invited elites, right? This is, you only got a couple hundred people to spend $400, and this is the first one. Which first one you think it's hard to get people anyway, but I do think it probably, in many ways, had the best chance because people are excited to try a CrossFit thing. Now, I think this kind of shows what we kind of know, which is that CrossFit participation is down for a lot of reasons, and they had the chance to go to this thing and they didn't. And they also are making the mistake that LT and Athletics are making, which is you got the attention, you got the fire. When's the next one? We don't know.
Don't they have London set already?
They do, but nothing in America. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, if you've got your eyes on America, and I guarantee you do, I guarantee you there's a New York, Miami, or LA event next, right? Like, that's what always is.
They're talking like 11 events next year is what they say.
Well, right. But I'm saying, like, do that. Do that. Here's the other stuff that bothers me that probably doesn't bother anybody else. Like, again, like, this is shit that doesn't bother anybody but bothers me and maybe two other people. I'm going to call this is what I call Instagram vomit. These are all released at the same time, all these pictures, right? Mm-hmm. I can tell you, I know a thing or two about Instagram. One way to maximize is not put up 12 posts at the same time, right?
Right.
So I'm not saying, and you've heard me talk about, there's no perfect time, like there's like 7 a.m., 9 a.m., but like this kind of stuff, like, it just, like, I looked at something and it was like 5 minutes ago, and then I looked at the next post and it was 4 minutes ago, and I was like, well, guys, like, you're not even helping yourself here, because that was,
they're spamming.
Yes, no one wants to be vomited on, right? And this stuff was all the same way. Look, 23 hours ago, we haven't even been a day yet, and look at all this shit. This was all in the last 24 hours. So it's like, well, guys, what's that?
Here's what's weird for me is that, look, my algorithm absolutely favors this stuff, and I got none of it.
Right. Well, because again, it's not a good use of Instagram. Like, that's like Twitter works that way. You can do a lot of stuff in a row. Not a great thing to do. And you know, my favorite thing in the world, what are we celebrating? World records. Rather than having a great event at the very end saying, by the way, these are now the standards, and we have this whole thing around world records where we give away money. It's every post was like, world record. It was like, no shit. The first time my baby took his first 5 steps, that was his fucking world record.
World record.
Please give me a break. Please.
Did it even happen if they don't have a live feed? I just
in 2026?
I don't know how you can do a fitness race these days without some sort of feed, something where we can watch it. Because I will say, look, you complain about LT and how they don't have these, events, lined up right away. But when they announced the second event, it sold out that first day because the first time they had a live feed. And everybody was watching their friends, and they were all watching it, and they all wanted to try it. I had a number of people say, are you doing again? Because I'm going to sign up because I saw you, right? It is essential to show us what's going on. And
especially when you've got an elite division, right?
Yes.
Like, because that's
show us the show. Absolutely.
So other athletes go, hey, this is a real thing. It looks run well. I want to do it.
Yes.
Friends of people that don't do it, but might message their friends. I saw this thing, or I somehow came across my YouTube or whatever. I don't want to compete. I want to judge, though. That looks really cool. I like being around those things. Someone that maybe works for a sponsor, like, are we getting in on this? I mean, again, it just makes so much sense. And if you're spending that much money, spend the extra. I don't know what the figure is, but it's not another $1 million. It's another 10 or 20K, right?
Especially like the way LT Games did it. I mean, that's a bare bones thing. And
they had a guy and they had some fixed cameras. That's what they did.
Again, and I know it's not
at this participation level, they could have easily covered that.
And they could have given, yeah, exactly. And so again, like silly, like again, you're going to put all this money into it. So,
yes. And I didn't even know it was happening.
I don't think this is what CrossFitters want. I think CrossFitters want to watch the games and like do the unknown believable thing. I don't think this is what they were looking for. A repeatable thing.
The reaction I hear from a lot of CrossFitters was, this is cool. This is interesting. Are you going to go? Nah, it's too much. Like the problem is CrossFitters already have their game. They already have their championship.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the open, and then the semi-final, the quarters and the semis and the games. That's their championship. I just think the appeal is just too limited for it to really be a success.
Well, and even World Fitness Project, which is now up over 1.5 years, they have open categories. I don't think they have a ton of numbers, right? Don't they have like a contender category?
Oh yeah, but that's meant to be smaller. That's more attuned to HYROX's D1 thing.
Really? You have to be that good to make it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're talking. My friend Carolyn Prevost is just kind of bumping on the edge of that.
Oh, okay. And that
so
was the other. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Is this stuff the CrossFit equivalent of HYROX? Like, it's never going to be, it's too much like the games. It's too much like what they already have in their system, so that nobody's actually going to give this any credibility because they want to be part of the games.
I don't think so, because it is very different than the games.
Because it's predictable.
Because it is, yes, it is predictable.
And the scoring is very different than the games.
The scoring is very different. It's very CrossFitty though, whereas the games are sometimes not very CrossFitty.
Oh.
So you're not getting stuff like random boat paddling or anything like that, or marathon rows or anything like that. So it's probably a little more on point that way. But I saw this on a video today, and the comment from one of the CrossFitter was, well, big deal about winning this, you can't call yourself the fittest. And I know that to me, I roll my eyes at it too, Matt. I felt the exact same way, but there's CrossFit people who believe that.
Right.
But then that level of disdain means it's never going to get any traction. It's too much like HYROX for them to respect it.
Well, it's not like HYROX, but again,
so as far as like they don't like the fact that it's just kind of this predictable workout.
Just don't like they just don't like anything that's not their thing, and it's really dumb, and it's what's the word?
It's the cult. It's
a zealot thing.
Tribalism.
No one likes a zealot of anything, a sport, a religion, my way is the right way, right?
Mm-hmm. Judging.
None of us in HYROX say this is the way to get fit. We say it's an amazing way to get fit, and we'd love for you to try it. We also are totally cool with you doing something else. Yeah. But these people are like, nope, clearly it sucks because it's not this one way that gets people fit that Glassman said works.
And you might have nailed it there with the difference in the culture. There is, we do HYROX, and we're like, hey, cool, you do HYROX, try this event, it's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
CrossFit, they do CrossFit, and they generally don't go try this other event that's not CrossFit. And I think that might be a bit of a difference in culture. Maybe I'm wrong because I'm not deep rooted in the CrossFit culture.
Well,
but that seems to be how it looks from the outside.
So we're just back to that rigidity.
And again, like picking the wrong, like Keith, who's the founder, said, like, this is for everyone who lost in HYROX, and you have to ask your friend, what's your max, blah, blah, blah. Like that's his like joke. And it's like, but do you understand? Like, we're not saying
actually
that.
Pathetic.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
We're not saying, I don't go up to fucking, I don't go up to Messi and go, yeah, Messi, but can you throw a 97-mile-an-hour fastball? Sure, you're good at this thing called football. It's the dumbest fucking thing in the world, but that's what these people live and die on.
Yeah.
Sure, you begin a HYROX, but you're not as strong as I am. You're right. I'm not training to be the strongest person.
Yes.
I'm training to run this race.
It's a lot like it's a lot like the fighters that go up to bodybuilders and say those big muscles won't help you in a fight. I'm like, no, it's cool.
Not the point.
That's
not
really
the point.
not what we're doing here, but all right, thanks.
Oh boy. So I think something like WFP has a way better chance of success than this. Like, I used to give WFP a hard time because I was like, yeah, all the money in the world's not going to save you. You still got to do the thing.
Their target is very different.
No, I understand, but I'm saying at least it has some kind of, I think it has a shot. It has its own struggles and its own goals in certain ways. Yep. But I don't think there's buy-in from the CrossFit community. Maybe that's why they haven't announced. I don't know. But again, the fact that you immediately started changing the workouts, you immediately lowered the price, shows you missed the mark and you didn't ask anybody. The fact that you came out and said only 2,000 tickets when you should have just said, cool, tickets are on sale.
Yeah.
And if anybody asked you, you could say, you know what, we'd love 500 at our first one, 1,000 would be great. But when you're all fucking ego and you're like, look at us. And I told you guys, celebrating on day 0, all the yes, people like a little behind the scenes, but all the celebrating. Look what we did. We showed up at a venue. Look, we built a sign. It's like, give me a fucking break. You haven't done anything yet. All right, my rant's over. I'm done with that topic.
No, but you're not off the mark. And I think in the CrossFit world too, they've proven this even with the game spectator passes, that price point is a massive thing. That's why nobody's buying games tickets to go watch, because they're so fucking expensive.
How much are they?
Oh God, I think again it's like probably $400 or $500 for the weekend per person.
Oh wow.
Right.
Can
the
I-
athletes, like
can I read a
athletes, like say I know masters athletes who are going for the like basically the age group games have to pay to watch the regular games as well.
Yeah.
Can I read a great comment that just came through?
Yeah.
Not about this. It's about the Hunter thing. Where did it go? Sorry. Oh, damn it. Hang on. Myo Brain says, HYROX does this to themselves. If they want to continue with an incredibly dumb standard, asking humans in real time to gauge what 30 centimeters is from hands to feet, it's dumb. Everyone knows it's dumb, including them. Change the standard. Make the sport better. Not hard to put a line every 2 meters on the turf and tell athletes their hands and feet cannot cross that line.
It is about the lines. And look, the new BBJ thing, like I was talking to Jake, and asking him about the judging of the 5 centimeter BBJ standard for the feet. And I've just decided I'm just going to keep going parallel, right? There just will be, they won't judge me as harshly if I mess up, but it doesn't make any difference.
And that's basically what they want, is they just want your feet to be parallel. So what they've done is they've just given the judges a little bit of leeway here so that it doesn't look as bad when people see it on TV, and so that they're not so antsy to call it.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a horrible idea. I just think it's trying to save a bad idea.
Yeah.
And
the lines really do save everything, right?
Yeah,
like you've talked about that before, Dave.
Many, many times for many, many years.
They already have lines. Like they took your suggestion to put the horizontal lines. So now make them 30 centimeters apart. And then it gets
the original suggestion. They just didn't
massively simpler. Yes. We don't have to worry about anything then.
Yeah, you land in one box, you put your hands in the next box. It's super easy.
Really easy. I like that. So
but
all right.
I don't
So
think they're listening to me anymore.
They are not. So I am going to Dublin tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tuesday. What the fuck day am I leaving?
That's tomorrow. Tuesday is tomorrow.
Jesus Christ. I'm leaving tomorrow. But it is a late flight.
Okay.
I'm going to do TRYKA, which is an event started in Dublin, Ireland, and has only so far been there. They have yet to go to England. Their finals are in Portugal, but they are, dare I say, crushing it. Their very first event in October, they had 3,700 people, which is way more than, hybrid
10
games.
times more than Xenon.
Any of those guys, 10 times more than Xenon. There you go. The
At
next
a
one,
fraction of the price.
The next one was in January. So that was October last year. January, 6,000. April, they had fucking 8,000 people. Like,
really?
Wow.
So yeah.
This
So I
is
think
the
it's going to be
one-
over
They got
10.
the video judging at the end, right?
Yeah,
They've
this is
they
the
got
one
a
with the
couple of
video.
those.
Okay.
So I think they'll be over 10K for this one. And obviously the massive question is they are beloved. It's called TRYKA. You run with a tribe if you run like with the family version, you know, the trike, it's a Irish word, whatever. They are crushing it. So the real question is, will they succeed out of Dublin? Will they do well in England? We're going to find out at some point. But I'm going.
England, I think yes. I think yes, they'll do well.
I mean, even I'm kind of shocked though. Like doing well is like a couple thousand people for your first couple of events. I mean, most of these events, by the way, because I track them all, they're like, in the hundreds, 400, 500, these mom and pops or whatever. So it's pretty nuts that they're doing HYROX levels in their first year.
Yeah, you get 5 figures. That's amazing. Tell me, just remind me of the format. I know that there's the video.
Would you believe I have a screen handy?
Okay, because listen, I'm just rooting for anybody to come, right? Like,
I
give us
want it
4 races.
Right. We want them here, right? And maybe they will,
Yes.
right? I mean, everybody I talk to says I'm going to be in America in 2 years, so who knows?
Right.
But it's nothing you haven't seen really.
A little faux Roxy. Okay.
Yeah,
A little
it's very
faux Roxy, as we say. Ski erg, farmers, ram thrusters. So it's like HYROX, but with rams.
Okay.
Another great Irish company, the Ram People.
I'll take the thrusters over the wall balls.
Push and pull, rower, walking lungers, again with a little ram, BBJ, sprint finish. Now, what I also like is
Love the sprint finish.
Yes.
what I also like though is there's a shorter version with 500-meter runs. And let me see what the difference are in the reps. So there's TRYKA 500, half distance format designed for beginners, first time racers, and anyone who wants to experience. Are the stations? It's not half stations though, I don't think.
Doesn't look like it.
Let's go to rules. And then open is 800. Pro is even heavier weights. Doubles, that's the category I'm doing, by the way.
Yes. If you can find somebody to go with you.
I already have.
Good.
And then relay. But let's go to the are you seeing these screens when I change them? Sometimes it doesn't. Okay.
Yes.
That doesn't do that sometimes. It's super annoying.
No, this has been a good podcast, Matt. Everything works.
Aside from when the screen went blank.
Well,
And when it was just
And you
Matt
experience
talking
what
It's user error.
and you experience what it's going to be like to be dead.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually say what the different weights are. It's probably in the rule book. He's going to get mad at me for not knowing.
You'll know after this weekend.
I'll certainly know after this weekend. Brian, the guy behind TRYKA, is a successful business owner and put his own money behind it. And I mean, he's getting some sponsors and whatnot, but where are the...
Well, it sounds like he's growing it smart too. He's just being real conservative and not overdoing it and just letting it grow.
We did just give the shaft to XENOM for this. Where's their live stream?
Well, again, I don't think you need one if you don't have like big names to start with, right? Like you got to have that. Like
not necessarily. I mean, HYROX, when they first started their live streams, it wasn't as big a names, I guess. But I just think
it was only if
you have an elite wave, you can build your names, right? As long as you treat them like they're elite.
So, Dave, it is possible that Matt is our live stream.
Yeah, he don't do that no more.
Yeah, I don't do that.
He's coming over and he's going to feature some stuff, and we will see it maybe that way.
There'll be lots of good stories and interviews.
I'm really good at that, Dave.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I just said that's what you'll get.
Well,
And
what I like to do, go ahead, Matt.
Occasionally people laugh.
Yes, they do. I like this one. Looks like you don't have to run together, which I very much like. It's it's DEKA-like in that way, and I think that's always a better way to.
I really want to do I really do want to know what the weights are, though. I really do want to know what the weights are, and they got to be here somewhere. Race format.
I like the layout. I like it. It is kind of faux Roxy, but I do love the sprint to the finish. and I really like the thrusters over the wall balls.
Yes, you don't have
Especially
to hit
with
a
those-
target when you're doing a thruster.
Exactly, exactly. Especially with your with the iPad judge, that's interesting.
Yes.
Which I assume counts for you too, so that you don't have to count for yourself, and the
And
judge
tells you
won't
to
tell you
go.
that. And the judge won't tell you it's none of your business.
This is for you to find out.
Have I done enough? It's none of your business.
Guess what I'm thinking?
Not that kind of judge.
All right, hang on. We're getting to the weights. Look at the
Okay.
weights.
All right, how many thrusters? Do you know how many it is? Do you know how many reps?
60.
60.
Ooh.
60 reps thrusters with the ram. I'm gonna go with
22? 22-pound ram?
22 for women, 33 for men.
Mm.
The sled push is 50 meters, 12 and a half, 4 lengths.
We've heard that before.
And sorry, Cheryl, that's for the lower division. For the pro, I'm going one up. I'm going 33 and 44.
Okay.
Sled pull, same, 50 M's. Rowing is 1,000. Where are the damn weights? Walking weighted lunge, 100 meters.
Still no weights.
Still no weights. Are you looking at the same thing I am?
Maybe
No,
it's a
I'm
surprise.
reading
We
it.
can't see anything anymore. We just
Oh.
see you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's boring.
Mm.
What if we just make it up? The thrusters will be 95 pounds.
80 meters burpee J. What's HYROX?
80. These are all the same.
A 50 centimeter distance? Do you think they mean 5?
Okay.
No, I think they mean 50.
HYROX is 5, but theirs is 50?
HYROX is
No,
30.
HYROX is 30.
Oh, 30. 5 is the what's 5?
100 would kill this
parallel on
one.
the feet.
Yeah.
5 centimeters is the allowance that your feet can be unparalleled. Anti-parallel. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, you
Can't
can't
dope.
dope. Okay.
I
I'm
can
out.
wear knee sleeves. I can wear gloves.
Thank
I can
God.
Wear,
I'm
I
out
can
if you
wear a
can't wear knee
hydration
sleeves.
pack. Noise reduction devices.
Time penalties. There you go. That
Here we
chart.
go. Oh, let's look at
This is
Nope.
what Dave cares about, right?
Oh, those are rules. Those are penalties.
I was hoping it was going to show the weight for each
Yeah.
division.
There's probably another chart for weights.
I'm going to keep scrolling for weights. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, Dave. Read these aloud. Thrusters.
I would try. Thrusters. All right. Women, you've got
8.5
8.5 kg.
kg.
Yeah. 8.5, 15, 8.5, 15 for men for the open, and then 15 for women and 20 for men. So I was right. Yeah. That's 33 and 44 for the pro,
Okay.
and 33 and 22 for the open. Wow. I got it right.
Nice
Sled-
job, Dave.
Yeah, I
Sled,
just know the Rams available.
sled push for the women 100, for the men 150. This is kgs. Women's pro and the men are the same. Men's pro 200 kg. So what is that compared to HYROX?
Very similar.
Yeah.
Okay. Pull same.
Yeah, pretty similar.
75, 100, 100, and 150.
Yeah, yeah.
Weighted lunges 10 kg for the
Exactly
women.
the same.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Mhm.
Yes.
For the men, it's 25 in each hand. It's 24 kg in each hand.
No, this
That's-
is
you're
walking
looking at
lunges.
lunges, dude.
Oh, not farmers. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
See, this is so faux Roxy. You expect it to be a farmer carry there.
By
They
the
put
way,
the
the
farmer carry after the
farmer
skier.
carry is
What a, you know,
yeah, it's identical for weight.
putting the BBJs at the end is kind of mean.
And then sprint.
Yeah, and then you have to sprint 40 meters. That's a job. That's
like
the whole race right there. That would be really fun.
I find it harder to sprint after the lunges than the BBJs, but
Yeah.
All right. I'm in the 50 to 54 age group.
me too.
You guys are so young.
I know, right? 40 plus for that's relays. It's 40
Doubles
plus.
too, it looks like.
No, doubles is 10 years, it looks like.
Okay. All right.
That's what HYROX started out as, didn't it?
Yep.
It did. It did.
So let's look. I think we should look at some times. I feel like we should see what people are doing this in, huh?
Okay.
Top times will be right around 60.
So here's what I'm going to want to know, Matt, is this is very faux Roxy.
Right.
Why you're going to have to let us know when you come back why this works, why they are growing the way they're growing.
I'm going to take a stab. Price.
Well, I think if you live in Ireland, you only get probably up until this year, like one chance a year to do HYROX. This guy clearly does a really good job, and people did it and loved it and told all their friends, right? And he markets it correctly and does the right things on social, and you got to do all those things right? So I think, but again, so that's the real question is once you go to England, since England already has a ton of other choices, right?
Deadly Dozen, all that stuff.
And there's a bunch of hybrid games, Hybrid Northwest, Level 7. There's a bunch. We hardly ever talk about them on here because they're UK, but they have a lot of choices. So will it do as well? And will it be able to grow its branches in Europe? Because people are like, hey, now I can do, if I live in Portugal, I only get one HYROX a year, but I get a HYROX and and a this, which is kind of similar.
And if you can do it for half the price.
Well, do we look at the prices?
I'm just guessing.
So I'm thinking price, but I'm also thinking it must be like really well run. It must kind of look the part. They must have, kind of the whole vibe. Because a lot of them, have a hard time pulling that off. I think DEKA tends to look a little pedestrian.
They're just finally starting to understand that might be something to do.
Yeah, like a vibe's kind of important. And I just have to wonder if I was to go to this, if I'd be like, oh yeah, this is really great because of, kind of all the stuff that we would expect.
If you got one in Vegas, you would sign up for one.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I would.
110 pounds for solos.
And then how much is a HYROX? Like 200 pounds?
At these days, yes.
Yeah.
Or $200 American for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't we pay more than that, Cheryl, for Texas? What did we just pay?
Oh, geez. Yeah, it was like more like 250. Yeah. But with the flex and everything, you add everything up. Yeah. Wherever we're going.
We don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. We're so far away.
The Clan, that's the name of it. The Clan is the family one. I love that.
I like that too.
You can't pull that off in the States.
Right?
No, you can't.
Totally different vibe in here. Yeah.
Same price for solos. It's just $220. So it's just double the amount.
Okay.
So let's go to.
I'm reading Pro HYROX in the UK without the Flex Pass is 170 pounds.
And what is that? That's almost double.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're looking at 60 pounds more, which is probably like another, I don't know, in American dollars. What would that be?
$50. Yeah.
All right. Okay. These are the wrong things. This is gym company leaderboards. This is points. This is not. I know we have them because we've been keeping track of finishers. TRYKA results. Oh, is it on Mika? Is it on Mika timing? Let's have a look. Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Are we looking at the same screen?
Nope.
Not seeing. No, I just see you.
Dave, over or under an hour?
For the best?
For the best.
I would say under.
Over or under 55 minutes?
And is it 800 meters or 1,000?
I'm looking at 800. This is the pro.
Oh, 800? 800 would be under.
Oh, damn it. I'm so bad at this. Share screen. So this does not go in order, so it's not quite making sense. We've got a 54-minute, then a 48-minute, then a 57-minute. Are these not by men and women, maybe? Oh, yeah, there we go. Male. Here we go. Okay, do you see this now?
It's very small, but yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy's 48. And then everyone else looks like these low 50s. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I would have expected low 50s for the really good one. So that 48, good job, Aaron Travers. Jeez.
And then open 800.
I'd watch him on a live stream.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised, Dave, that you're so quick to say that though. Like, don't you see like I said, the only time
I do.
HYROX did it like when Hunter was racing. I don't think they did they didn't live stream everything.
No, but I think that with the way it is today right now, that if they were interested in, say, coming to the States, like staying in Ireland, great, they're good. Even in the UK, because it's a very similar area. But if you want to come over to the States and everything, you got to have something for us to see, something for us to know about. It's a critique I have of ethics. They don't put out a live stream of any of it. And they do have often where they have big names there, and they're still not streaming. So I think it's a mistake.
I think we're coming to expect it. I think when HYROX started, we weren't expecting it, and now we do. And then we got to where, yeah, we expected somebody to at least run around with an iPhone and show us the pro races like that. I think that is just super duper common now. I think if you're coming into the space now, we want to watch.
Well, even like, again, I'll use ethics as an example, because Bethany and I have discussed this. We're like, okay, we want to talk about more of what happens at ethics on the show, but all we're getting is stories and reels and stuff like that. We aren't actually getting to see the event, so we're missing all the idiosyncrasies that we get to talk about in a real race. So that makes it more difficult. And if you want to branch out and have people actually be interested, that's the way to do it, I think.
It's becoming the expected way to do it. And yeah, it's hard to feel like it's a legitimate event if you don't have something that we can all watch.
All right. Well, see you guys Monday.
We gone.
Are you gonna be back?
I don't know. Let me look.
I thought you said you came home Monday, so
I hate not being back.
I could take next Monday off because I might go wrestling.
Oh,
look at you.
I do land. It looks like I land early enough to record the show. So, we'll see how we feel. We'll see how we feel.
Okay.
All right. Great week, everybody. See you later.
Take care.